Have you ever wondered what Warren Buffett is doing with his money right now? In this video, we're breaking down his latest 2025 portfolio moves, what he's buying, what he's selling, and what that could mean for the markets, and maybe even your portfolio. Let's get into it. As of first quarter 2025, Berkshire Hathaway holds 36 publicly traded U.S. stocks. But that number doesn't tell the whole story. Buffett's portfolio is highly concentrated. In fact, just 5 companies make up nearly 71% of the entire portfolio's value. Let's start with the heavyweights. Number 1, no surprise, Apple. It accounts for over 25% of the total portfolio. Buffett once called Apple probably the best business I know in the world. And clearly, that hasn't changed. Next is American Express at nearly 16%, followed by Coca-Cola at 11%, another classic Buffett favorite. Bank of America comes in at just over 10%, although Buffett trimmed this position slightly last quarter. And rounding out the top 5 is Chevron at about 7.7%. Showing that Buffett's bet on energy is still going strong. Together, these 5 stocks represent about $183 billion of Berkshire's $258 billion U.S. equity portfolio. His largest holdings remain in tech, finance, and energy, sectors he's trusted through multiple cycles. Now, here's where it gets interesting. While Berkshire was a net seller this quarter, for the 10th quarter in a row, they did add to some key positions. Let's talk about the increases. Occidental Petroleum. Buffett keeps doubling down on energy. Constellation Brands, the company behind Corona and Modelo beer. Domino's Pizza. Yep, Buffett's got an appetite for pizza stocks too. Pool Corporation, a quiet but steady industrials play. VeriSign and SiriusXM both got modest increases, and Heiko Corporation, an aerospace supplier that's been steadily climbing. So while Berkshire is trimming the edges, they're clearly reinforcing a few high-conviction bets. One of the most intriguing moves? A new stock was added, but its identity is confidential. The SEC granted Berkshire a temporary seal on the details, which usually means they're building up a large position quietly. Based on filings, it's likely worth between $1 and $2 billion already. And that kind of secrecy? Historically, it's led to big reveals. Think Apple or Chevron-level investments. On the flip side, Buffett completely exited 2 positions, Citigroup and New Holdings. He also trimmed stakes in a few others, Bank of America, T-Mobile, and DaVita. So, while he's making selective buys, Buffett's still leaning on caution overall, especially when valuations feel stretched. With markets still adjusting to high interest rates and uneven growth, it's no surprise Buffett is staying conservative. Now, outside the top tier, Buffett still holds dozens of smaller positions. Think Visa, MasterCard, Amazon, Charter Communications, and more. Many of these are minor allocations, under 1%, but they show where Berkshire is willing to test the waters without overcommitting. There's also a cluster of Liberty Media tracking stocks, related to SiriusXM, Formula One, and the Atlanta Braves. These are complex positions, but Buffett's held most of them for years. Beyond stocks, let's not forget, as of March 31st, 2025, Berkshire is sitting on a mountain of cash, around $140 billion. And the insurance float, which is essentially capital Buffett gets to invest before he has to pay it out, has grown to $173 billion. That combination of liquidity and leverage gives Buffett the power to make big moves whenever the right opportunity comes along. So what's the big takeaway? Buffett isn't making massive moves right now, but he's positioning carefully. He's trimming where it makes sense, adding where he sees long-term value and keeping plenty of dry powder for what comes next. The message is clear. Stay patient, stay selective, and think long-term. If you found this breakdown helpful, don't forget to like the video and subscribe for more updates on what the smartest investors in the world are doing with their money. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one.